No copyright infringement, please. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Sorry, Disney.
What's up, guys? It's been a couple of weeks. How are ya? There's no one watching our stream. No one's responding.
Not yet. Well, we are like 12 minutes late. Oh, why are you not? Oh, that's because my headset's insanely loud.
So, guys, the theme of today's episode is going to be completely winging it. How does that sound?
Yeah, we have like one thing that we actually prepared for this time.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and that was actually it's like 2 minutes ago we prepared for that. So
yeah, that's why we're like 12 minutes late. But
yeah,
it's okay. It's gonna be. It's the shit show, guys. This is the nature of the show.
I mean, as long as we have sound,
right,
we're good.
And as long as it doesn't echo,
we're not echoing.
That's
so
beautiful.
That's a plus.
And people can see us, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, what was the other thing too? Are we lagging out? We don't appear to be.
No, I mean we're a little behind, like normal, like how it normally would be.
Regular streaming bullshit.
But we're not like all. So we're good. We're good.
Mr. Robot.
Domo.
So yeah, I think this might just be the most successful show.
Yeah. I mean, now all we got to do is work on time management.
Time management and having shit prepared to talk about.
Yes.
Those are the most important parts after getting everything like situated and ready.
And that's weird though, because it only took us like a minute and a half to like get ready to prepare for all of it. Mm-hmm. I mean, we talked about the one topic that we had, and then to actually get it up and running, it only took about a minute and a half. And everything's working pretty well.
Right.
Pretty well.
I would say, I mean, now that we've got this whole thing situated, and as long as we got this figured out, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I just had a wonderful idea with the webcam.
What?
We should lower it next time, so it's more like eye level.
Oh.
And then that way you can still get the pictures in the background, and it's not like looking down on us like we're measly maggots.
Let me do that right now. I can do that right now.
Sure, let's do it.
Kind of worried to fuck with stuff, but
I know, right? That was my thought. Like, we should do it next time, just because I don't know. Down, 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 all the way down, and then tilt it up just a touch. Oh, wrong way. Beautiful.
right there.
And then turn it that way. Yeah. A little more. There you go. Perfect. That is wonderful. Woo-hoo. We now have the perfect show!
Now the sound cut out and video.
And now we're lagging, and then fucking everything else goes wrong. Like, hey, we got the camera. Oh, fuck.
Oh, dude. Okay, cool. We got it.
Sweet. Okay, guys. So, even though we're winging it today, we do have some things we want to talk to you about. First and foremost, other than a few sneak peeks on like Instagram and my personal Facebook, I don't think anybody has seen these badass shirts.
Oh, yeah.
Mine got a little bit messed up going through the wash. I'm only claiming 75% responsibility. The other 25% is on family members. But check this shit out.
Full blame money.
No, I can't take the full blame. It's ridiculous. The total shit show! I am the cool poo. And Aaron is the incognito poo.
Incognito poo.
He has social anxiety, so he likes to hide, whereas I'm awesome.
Yes.
That's how it goes. Oh, and then the back of the shirts, too. I don't know how well y'all can see that.
We got it?
I think so.
Sort of, yeah.
Aaron's got dick in the face.
I was farther back than it looked.
Yeah, we got all our info on them. There's more info to come, like... Autofocus just keeps going and going.
Yeah, okay, we do have one issue again.
It's the most minor issue one could possibly fathom.
It's the autofocus. I have no idea why. It just keeps doing it, and it's whatever.
I've never had this issue with this webcam before either, so I don't know if it's just an XSplit thing.
It's my ghost house.
Maybe.
And my... what would you call it?
Your technological malfunctioning touch thing.
Pretty much anytime I'm around electronics, it's all jacked up.
That's why we've had 3 unsuccessful shows.
2.5.
Well, yeah, 2.5 for
sure. No, that one in Cincy. That was pretty bad.
That was awful. That was like the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Cincy, though, okay, so update for all y'all. I got fired from the hotel. I don't know if you guys knew that. Some of you probably that are watching this probably knew. But yeah, I got fired. And the reason that they put on my termination paper, I left my employee file elsewhere, but the reason that they put down, there was 5 of them. First reason, I'm getting a phone call, I think. Nope, it's just a text. It's from my friend, my old boss, Simon. Speak of the devil, man. Anyway, so...
Is he watching? He did that shit on purpose.
That'd be weird. So, the first reason they put was that I complained to guests on multiple occasions. Can I bum one of those? Oh, yep. Thank you. That sounded really good. Now, anyone who knows me, yes, I complain, and I complain a fuck of a lot. But I do not complain to my guests. I don't do that. That is not a thing. That is so unprofessional. And if there's one thing I pride myself on, especially in the hotel biz, it's being professional, being courteous, being respectful, and giving people the best experience that they can possibly have at a hotel. To the best of my ability, anyway. So, I do, however, know what they were referring to. However, they said it happened multiple times. It only happened once. And what they were referring to was a day when I came in, and I had to provide housekeeping services for 13 rooms. 13 rooms by the end of the night. That's just a rough calculation. It was probably more, but 13 is like a modest answer for sure. So, on the very last room, and keep in mind too, I came in at 7 o'clock. This last room was being done around 11:50, okay? At 11:50, I did this 13th room, and she needed new sheets because the sheets on her bed were dirty. Thank you, housekeeping. So I go up there, I bring her new sheets and everything, all the new bedding and all that. And she starts complaining to me, and she's like, "This is ridiculous. I'm paying $400 to $500 for a room, and I can't even have clean sheets." And I said, I totally understand where you're coming from, ma'am. I apologize. I'm not sure what happened with housekeeping today, but you are actually the 13th room that I've had to provide some sort of service for. It's not just you. It's a whole thing. And I stopped myself, and I'm like, I should not even be telling you this. I'm very sorry. And I finish doing what I'm doing, and then I leave. And that was the end of it until the next day. And I got bitched out about it a little bit. And then 2 days after that, I got fired. But anyway, the other reasons, the second reason they put down was that I worked at the front desk without my shoes on, which is in no way against the policy. My old GM, the one that just texted me, used to work at the front desk with his shoes off. I've seen other front desk workers work at the front desk with no shoes. The whole staff does it. It's not something to fire somebody over. The third thing was that I used my cell phone at the front desk. 90% of the time, when I was using my cell phone at the front desk, I was calling either my assistant GM, my GM, or the owner. I'm one of those kind of people that I like to pace, so I hate using the hotel phone to talk to my boss. So I'll pick up my cell phone, and I'll pace back and forth in the back for a minute so I can talk to them in private, and then when I get an answer to a question, or if they're giving me a solution to a problem, I'll go back to the front desk and put that solution into place. So it wasn't that I was just all willy-nilly on my cell phone, "Hey, beautiful, what's up?" It was professional bullshit that I was taking care of. But even still, being on your cell phone at the front desk is not against company policy. That's another thing that my previous GM told me. And then the other 2 reasons, and I can give them one. I wore my hat at the front desk a couple times, to be completely honest. It was a couple times. The reason that I had done it is because my hair was a mess. Either I had taken a shower and it was all frizzy, or I hadn't taken a shower in like 2 days and it was all matted. And so I wore the hat to cover it up to be more professional, rather than looking like a bum with a work shirt on. Figured the hat would at least make me look somewhat nice, you know? Yeah, thank you. I'm killing it over here, guys. Can't stop talking long enough to smoke this. And then the last reason that they put was that I was rude to guests. Fucking rude to guests.
They were just looking for reasons, that's all.
That's exactly what my old GM said, too, because I talked to him a lot.
It's not like they were reaching.
Oh, yeah. Simon was like, Tony probably told them, Tony being the owner, to go through the cameras and find any reason possible to get rid of me. Because Tony, a couple months prior to me getting fired, promised to promote me. Probably didn't want to do that for whatever reason. So he tried to get rid of me. So yeah, that was fun. But the reason that I brought all of that up is because I am doing some stuff out in Grand Rapids for these past couple of weeks. I won't say that I'm working, but I'm doing some stuff out in Grand Rapids. And I was out in Grand Rapids for like a week or so. And so I got a hotel at the Crowne Plaza. And the first or second night that I was there, I think it was the second night I was there. No, actually it was. It was the first night. The first night I was there, I got into the room. My bunkmate went and took a shower. He was in the shower for literally 2 minutes. We were in the room for a total of 10. And the fire alarm went off. I don't know what it is with me and fire alarms at hotels. So, I was already on my way down to the car to grab something out of the car. So I'm like, well, I guess I might as well stop at the front desk and check it out, right? So I get down to the front desk, and the phones, of course, as they always are with fire alarms, are just off the fucking hook. Constant. So I tell the guy that's working, his name is Jim, I think. I'm like, hey man, I used to work at a Holiday Inn. Do you want help answering the phones? And he's like, yeah, actually, just jump on that one right there. And I'm like, okay. So I jump on the phones, and I'm down in the lobby for answering phones, just that, for about 10 minutes, roughly. And then he ended up going to check on the reason for the fire alarm and left me to cover the front desk. Like, I don't even work here. So I'm sitting there at the front desk, and I'm like, what can I do for you people that are all awake in the middle of the night at like 3 in the morning because of a fire alarm? They're like, I need room keys, man. And I'm like, I don't actually work here, but let me see what I can do. And they had that old key system. It's got like this keypad, and you swipe the room key on it.
Oh, yeah.
And I know how to use that, but the trick to it is that there's a passcode that you have to type in every single time to get into the pin pad. I don't know the pin code, so I couldn't make any keys for them. If they would have had what we had at my previous hotel, it was an electronic system on the computer, I probably could have done it, but they didn't have that. So I told the people, I was like, I can't do it for you guys, I'm sorry. I ended up helping them like deliver keys to people though. Took some more phone calls and stuff like that. So I mean, I was helpful, and he ended up giving us some free breakfast coupons for my help.
Nice.
Which wasn't much, but what was funny was that the room wasn't under my name, it was under my bunkmate's name. And he got credit for helping.
Oh.
The note that was left with the breakfast coupons, was in his name. He's like, hey man, thanks for... He used his name, I don't want to use the name, but... Hey man, thanks for your help last night. And I'm reading it, I'm like, you son of a bitch! That was me! I
credit where credit is due.
Right, I ended up calling him later after we left to make sure that we didn't leave anything in the room. And he ended up... I told him, I was like, that was actually me. And so... Yeah, I mean... He eventually was like, oh, well, thanks, man. Appreciate that. But anyway, yeah, that was my fun story about fire alarms at hotels.
Yeah, I have coworkers that watch, or they planned on watching the show. Oh, dude.
Damn.
So I can't talk shit about my job. I love it. I love it. I love my job.
Right. Hey. Enough.
Sorry, somebody walked past our window.
Riot. Sit. He's a riot. Sit. Take your bone. Sit. Good boy. This is our third co-host. He's a Doge.
Melanie said, "It's not lagging."
I know, right?
I know, it's actually going great. It's awesome.
I love it. All right. So there were other things that we were going to talk about. Like, I think, what was 15 absurd and funny ways to die?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of glanced through it a little bit, and there was some pretty weird ones in there. Like, I don't know, if you could just bring it up, Dude.
My lord. Riot! Hey! Sorry, guys. Sorry. Riot! Hey! Chill your tits, man.
Alright, I can't do that. Alright, stop. You're gonna knock over.
What if we close the blinds?
Oh, there's a dog out there. Like, why?
Nah, he's gonna go to the other window.
Awesome, dude.
The good news is it's plenty bright enough in here that like people can see us.
Alright, dude. Alright, chill.
Riot, come here. Come here, buddy. Get up on the couch. Lay down. There you go. Give me that. Give me that.
Okay.
So what was the webpage name? I'll add it into the search.
Riot. It was on the drive. I don't remember.
All right. So I'm gonna pull this up for you guys. 1 second. I gotta pull up Google Drive real quick because that's what we use because we're badasses like that.
Yep. That's how we roll.
Quit your shit. He just kind of stares at me like, what the fuck do you mean quit my shit? I'm a dog.
What does this quit your shit mean?
I do not speak English. 15 ways to die in absurd and hilarious ways. And this is the link. I'm just gonna copy it. Right? I can do that. Yes.
You should be able to.
Or is it this one? No, that's the Twisted Facts. Okay. Riot. Quit your shit.
Alright, calm down, buddy. Lay down.
Yes, I can do that. I'm gonna cover our faces now. Rah, we are gone. Alright. And then let's scroll down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
There we go.
Oh, okay, there it is. So we'll have to... I wonder if we can... There's no way to zoom out, is there?
Dude, come on.
Yeah. That sucks. Riot! You're ruining our perfect show!
Well, we have sound while we got a picture up. It's great.
Except now I can't scroll. It's not working. Hold on, guys. Computer's angry at me. There we go. There we go. Damn it. I'm trying to like scroll with the scroll bar, but it doesn't like that. Okay, so here we have Laura Allen's blog post. I'm not even gonna bother to read her take on it. Man took so much Viagra his heart literally exploded. What?
He died from a boner. A boner.
I could imagine like blood loss, like brain circulation and all that, but literally just.
He died trying to get a heart out. It's like a scene from Scary Movie. And then his heart stopped.
This was actually, there was something similar to this on 1,000 Ways to Die.
Oh, was there?
Yeah, and I'm going to talk about that real quick. It's real simple. So basically, this guy was having an affair, right? So he was prepared to get laid, so he took a Viagra. And then his wife that he was with was prepared to get laid and put a Viagra in his like glass of water without him knowing. So he took his own Viagra and then took that glass of water and drank all of that, more Viagra, and then he immediately went to his mistress's house and she dosed his drink with Viagra.
Holy hell.
So he now has 3 Viagra pills in his system, only one of which is knowingly. And as a result, he died, I think it was a heart attack. His heart didn't explode like this gentleman, but heart attack all the same.
Jeez.
So anyway, this guy appears, by the name, I'm assuming that this guy was Russian. His name is Sergei Toganov. Probably didn't think he could die from sex. And generally,
vodka
he'd be right.
and Viagra.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Bad combo. Circumstances surrounding his death sound like something out of an urban legend. Blah, blah, blah.
Quiet. Sit.
So basically, from the sounds of it, Sergei made a bet with 2 female acquaintances that he could satisfy them sexually for 12 hours straight. That is a long time.
That is, yeah.
Holy shit.
Why would you bet that?
I don't even know. I bet he just really wanted to get laid, and so he's like, I bet you I could do it. Because he's stupid.
I agree.
Not stupid anymore. Riot! Hey, dude, calm down. Why are you losing your shit, dude? I know it's a dog, but hypothetical, rhetorical question, whatever.
Come on, back here. Go. Go.
Are you going to put him in the bedroom?
Come on, put him in the bedroom.
All right.
Come on.
You might still hear him bark, but it'll be quiet. In order to be sure that he would win this bet, he downed a fucking bottle of Viagra, a whole goddamn bottle of Viagra.
Holy hell. How many's in a bottle? Like 30, 40?
Generally 30. Holy shit.
That is a lot.
Why are you that dumb?
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
So I guess he technically won the bet. He did satisfy them for 12 full hours, but as soon as he stopped, he dropped dead.
Well, he should have just kept going.
His heart had stopped working. Oop, scroll back over. Due to an overdose of the pills, as well as the strain of nonstop sex for 12 hours.
Oh.
I mean, this chick is right. There are worse ways to go.
Yes.
Death by snoo snoo is not the worst.
Yes, I agree.
Shout out to the Futurama fans. Man shot a cactus, then the cactus got its revenge. I'm guessing.
I read this one. Yeah.
Okay, so before I actually read this, I'm guessing that when he shot the cactus, it exploded and backlashed.
Not really.
No, oh God.
It didn't really like explode onto him.
Okay.
But it's definitely one for the books.
All right, so it happened in 1982. A pair of friends wandering around the deserts of Arizona thought it might be fun to, I'm guessing it says start shooting at the saguaro cactuses that littered the landscape around them. This isn't a fucking book. One of the friends, David Grundman, apparently, began blasting the cactuses with a shotgun. I figured it was going to be a shotgun. So many times that the cactuses fell over. Cactuses didn't like that very much because... One cactus had quite enough of all that. As he shot the cactus from 10 feet away, one of the arms of the cactus broke off and went flying. It fell on Grundman, stabbing and crushing him to death. How much does an arm of a cactus weigh?
I have no idea. I never tried to hold a cactus. But they look, I mean, if it's a big cactus like that picture, I mean, it had to probably weigh at least 50, 60 pounds.
I mean,
But it coming, if it flew off, like I'm thinking, first of all, I don't know how that would happen. It was just that guy's time.
I guess.
That's all it was, because...
Fucking God said, fuck
you.
you!
Using, like, I don't know what kind of shotgun, I'm assuming a 12 gauge, we'll just say.
Safe assumption.
So, he shoots his cactus with a shotgun, and like a 30, 40, 50 pound arm of a cactus broke off and flew at him. That cactus is like, fuck you, and then fell on him and crushed him.
The universe was like, the desert doesn't have any plant life as it is, right. And you're gonna shoot the one actual form of plant life. Fuck you, buddy.
Man, it was his time.
That was wow. Too much deodorant? Is that even a thing? Apparently, obviously, but what?
yeah.
Take the risk.
But they used that as the picture, but that's not actually what it was.
No, I'm sure. So,
and I've heard about this before. They had to evacuate classrooms because of this.
What the fuck? Okay. So when you're a teen, body odor is a pretty serious problem, but one teen took it way too seriously. He wanted to get laid. 16-year-old boy in England had become obsessed with smelling good. Who isn't? And was hoarding a spray-on deodorant. Okay, so that changes things. It's a spray-on. Definitely changes things. Cans and cans of it every single day. Dude, that's expensive. Until eventually it took its toll on him. The boy's body was found in his room, collapsed dead from butane gas inhalation. In short, he sprayed his body with so much deodorant that it couldn't get enough oxygen and it killed him.
Yep.
It's true that hygiene is important, but taking it to that level is ridiculous.
Yep. Oh, did you hear the new stupid kid craze now? What people are fucking doing?
Besides, like, eating Tide Pods and snorting condoms?
Yeah.
What?
It's now, they use the spray deodorant and spray it in one spot to see how long they can stand it.
Does it get cold or something?
Oh, yeah. One girl, I read one girl went to, had to go to the emergency room. She had, I think it was 1st degree burns on her arm.
Whoa.
They had to do skin grafts.
Damn!
Yeah. It burned the shit out of her.
God, probably a chemical burn, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Chemical burn in the CO2 or whatever. I don't know what the hell makes it spray.
It's
CO2.
CO2 is a possibility. It depends on what they decided to use, because it could just be compressed air, or there's like 4 or 5 other chemicals.
Compressed air. Have you ever sprayed yourself with like the keyboard cleaner?
Oh yeah, especially if so there's I don't remember the name of the chemical, but there's a chemical in that. It's not CO2, but it has similar effects where if you actually flip a can of air upside down, it sprays a liquid. It's the liquid form of that chemical, and it will instantly freeze whatever it touches. Not like thoroughly, like if you were, for example, if you have a glass of water, right? and you hold it upside down and you spray it onto the surface of the water, you'll get like a little, probably centimeter thick layer of ice.
That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Cold beer.
Yeah. Oh man, this beer is warm. Wait a minute, I have compressed air. Yeah, that's fucked up. What? I mean, I don't have a whole lot of room to talk. I don't remember which arm it's on. I want to say it's my right arm, but I don't see the scar anymore. Shit.
I mean, we've all done dumb shit when we were kids. Like, I played quarters
Oh, quarters
when I
is
was
fun.
a kid. And I have scars on my knuckles to prove that one. But, like, I mean, we played quarters. We played that, what was that? The eraser burn thing.
You can't really see it right now, but I have a scar right here. Continue, eraser burn.
Yeah, the eraser burn. You rub the eraser on your arm
Oh yeah.
so you can't handle it no more.
Yeah, I used to actually, when I was in like middle school, I used to take erasers and give myself eraser burns across all my little joint things right here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've all done stupid shit, but
Sometimes.
but nothing that's gonna actually kill us.
Right.
You know what I
nothing that's
mean?
gonna have,
Like
lasting effects.
like the whole Tide Pod thing. Like, I never had to get skin grafts, you know,
Right.
because I rubbed the eraser on my arm too much. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it was.
People are dumb.
It's just I don't get it. I don't get what people are thinking nowadays.
The thing I was talking about with the scar on my arm, which I lost it again. It's like somewhere right here. But I actually had a best friend who he and I don't really talk anymore, but we have matching scars because we played the man challenge, where you take a cigarette, and you hold your arms together like elbow to fist, and you rest the cigarette in between your arms, and whoever pulls away first is a bitch. Neither one of us pulled away. So then we had to step up the game, right? And we took one of those big, long camping matches, you know, those real long ones. We lit that, set it in between our arms, and just let it burn. It got about halfway down before both of us were just like, neither one of us is going to give. Can we just be done? I'm bored. And now we have matching scars on our arms.
Well, we gave ourselves what was called smileys. Like, we would
Yep,
take a
where you
lighter and
heat it up,
and then you just
brand yourself.
right. I mean, but I don't have any scars from there. All my scars are from. I mean, I do have the one from quarters, but
Oh, dude.
it's just
I can't. The camera won't pick it up, but I have scars all over my fucking right hand, dude. My right hand's broken for one, and then I've got this. This is probably my favorite scar. It runs from right here all the way up right here. I have almost all of them are like intentionally accidental, where I was doing something that I knew I could get hurt.
did it anyway.
And then I have this one like on my hand underneath my tattoo from like playing a game, and I scraped my hand. Alright, Aaron, I'm going to let you scroll through this some more. I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick. I'm going to be right back. Sorry, guys. Nature calls and all that.
Alright, so this one is two friends decide to play catch. Catch. Why are you scrolling? It's okay. Play catch with a rattlesnake. A rattlesnake. Okay. So, as they say, you know, we all do stupid stuff when we're drunk, which is true. We've all been there. But these two guys took this to an extreme, and they decided to. I'm sorry. They came across a 4-foot rattlesnake, and decided to pick it up and play catch, basically. Why you would do that, I have no idea. That's not a game I would like to play. I don't mind snakes very much, but not a rattlesnake. Rattlesnakes are bad news. So one guy died on his way to the hospital. Yeah. And the snake was okay, though, so that's good. The snake was fine. So, this guy, holy shit. Okay, I didn't read this one. This guy was accidentally burned to death by his nurse. The person who's supposed to help you recover is the cause of this. Noblemen are expected to die from heart problems, beheading, assassination, and maybe overeating. Overeating? What? But King Charles II of Navarre is a rare exception. As his health waned in the late 1300s, Charles turned to turned to a physician for help, and the doctor wrapped him from head to toe in linen cloth, and then coated him in coated him in brandy. He was sewn to the bandages, but the nurse who was sewing him in had forgotten her scissors. Not to be deterred, the nurse took a candle and Jesus Christ and tried to use it to cut the thread. Instead, she lit the king on fire. Ablaze. Ablaze. That's a better word. Ablaze. Due to the brandy and very flammable linen covering him, he was burnt alive in his own palace as the nurse fled for her life. Maybe this is the reason some royalty don't trust doctors. Now, okay, my question is, why the hell, why did they coat him in brandy in the first place? I think they wanted to kill him. I think it was an inside job, because that doesn't make any sense. They wanted to kill him, so they covered him in cloth and then coated him in brandy. So, yeah. I don't know. Inside job. Let's see this one. 2 elderly sisters suffocate in a hotel fold-out bed. I'll say these are dangerous, man. A fold-out bed. Oh, we're gonna wait for Tristan for this one, because I think he would enjoy that one. So, anyway, while we wait for him to come back, you guys, you can go ahead and comment. You can subscribe and like and do all the cool stuff that you're supposed to do on YouTube. You can feel free to chat with us. You can Skype with us. Whatever you want to do, call in. You can, any thoughts that you have, any ideas, anything, doesn't matter. Just call in, Skype in, what have you, does not matter. So, ow, almost broke the thing. Okay.
I'm coming, guys. I'm sorry. Is it still working for you?
Yeah, it's working. But I figured I'd hold off for this one because I think you would rather enjoy this one.
Oh dear. 2 elderly sisters suffocated in a hotel. Oh, of course, that's a a fold-out bed.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that I can't use the actual scroll.
I know, dude. I had that thing moving all over the place. I was like, oh shit, oh shit.
Okay. You know those beds you sometimes see in movies, the ones that fold out of the wall. I've actually always wanted one of those. It'd be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't usually think of those as anything other than goofy looking. Wrong! I think they're awesome. And that's probably what Mildred Bowman, interesting name, and Alice Wardle? Wardle. Wardle. Thought well. No, they weren't at a well. They were as well. You fool! You grammatically impaired fool! I splashed water on my face, so my face is all wet and my beard's all damp. The elderly pair... Oh, they were elderly. No wonder. Okay.
They were old people.
They were on holiday in 2009, and then were resting in their bed when, all of a sudden, tragedy struck. In a cartoony bit of misfortune, the bed part attached to the wall collapsed, and the bed folded itself up, crushing them inside. They were trapped there for 4 days? What?
4 days.
What?
Did they have like the do not disturb sign on the door or something?
Even still, they would have had to have that room reserved for that amount of time in order for housekeeping not to check it. That's insane.
I wonder what hotel it was.
I hope a really bad one, because this one speaks to me on a very personal level. A video game addict played StarCraft until he died to death. Died of thirst. Till he died of thirst.
He died to death.
Have you ever died to death? I don't think so. Oh,
this
God.
guy did.
He died of thirst from playing StarCraft for too long. All right, so what was this guy's story? He's Korean. That right there says it all. If you've ever played like League of Legends, for example, or like Dota.
Mm-hmm.
Koreans are the best.
Oh, yeah?
Of the best, yes. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because they have nothing better to do with their time, or if they're just, like, way more intelligent, or if they're born with better hand-to-eye coordination and response to... I don't know. But they're insane. So the story goes, we've all met someone who's super into video games. But this gamer took his love of StarCraft. I can't talk.
Lover took his gamer
Woohoo! To a whole new level. In South Korea,
50 Shades of PlayStation.
PlayStation's outdated, man. It's all PC now. A 28-year-old man collapsed in an internet cafe during a marathon session of the game. He had not been sleeping or eating, and he only paused the game to go to the bathroom and to take occasional naps. You lied to me. He said he had not been sleeping, but napping is sleeping. Liar. This woman and her grammatical incorrectness.
Well, what gets me is when the guy's taking a shit or whatever he's got to do, like, doesn't he just cup some water and, you know, like, oh, damn, I'm thirsty.
Right, something.
You know, like...
Dude, like, you already paused the game, kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Right.
If you're in there taking a shit, chances are you're going to dehydrate yourself just doing that. People, man. People do not think.
I don't get it.
It was found upon examination that he was severely dehydrated, no fucking surprise, and malnourished, as well as intensely exhausted. His heart had simply given out. Poor lover boy. And his body had been so devoid of fluids that he couldn't compensate. In other words, he'd been so into his game that he died instead of hitting pause.
That's nutty, man. I don't get it. Like, I enjoy playing video games. I like it, you know, whatever. But when I'm thirsty, I'll pause the shit out of that game, and then, or if I gotta, you know, if I'm tired, like, I'll go to bed. You know, I can do it. I have never been into a game so much where I'm just like, I'm never sleeping. You know, fuck liquids.
Fuck them. Don't need them. This is my liquid. I can't say anything myself because back when I like really got into League of Legends, shout out to all the League of Legends players out there. It was bad. Like, I ignored my girlfriend for hours and hours and hours every single day. It was bad. And if I had to pee, Like, okay, so the thing with League of Legends, it's a live game, kind of like Call of Duty.
Mhm.
You know, you're playing with other people, and if you, unlike with Call of Duty, if you leave a game multiple times before it ends, you get banned for a while, or you know, you get like these queue timers where you have to wait 20 minutes before you can even get into a game.
So don't pause. Just fucking do it. Like, just walk away for a minute.
Well, the thing is too, if you sit there, if your character sits there and you don't have any action input, it'll tell you, oh, you're AFK. You're kicked from the game now.
Well, yeah,
So
but
it's
but how long is that though? You know what I mean?
well, I mean, it really it's variant depending on how often you do it. But
I mean, they can't expect somebody to sit there the whole time during a game, and like if it's like a 4-hour long game, like
okay,
they can't expect you not to.
Right, StarCraft is one of those games. League of Legends is usually the longest game I ever had was about an hour and a half, but average is like 30 to 45 minutes.
Right, but even still, I mean, shit, like I don't know, things happen.
Yeah,
You know, where you
Yeah.
gotta just like set the controller down for a second and be like,
what bugs the hell out of me is like I was playing on my mom's computer and it had this issue, I think with a video card or something, where it would just randomly freeze and you'd have to turn it off and turn it back on. So when that happened to me while playing League, I ended up getting kicked and I got a 20-minute queue timer. So I got back into my game after I restarted the computer and finished it out, but when I went to go play my next game, I had a 20-minute timer, and you get that for 5 games. So in order to play 5 games, you have to wait a collective of like an hour. I can't math right now. Shit, 60. So that's 2 hours. Yeah, collective of like 2 hours just to play your games. It's stupid. I hate it.
Huh.
Bug the fuck out of me. And I even like opened a ticket with the company that made the game, Riot, and I was like, my computer froze, and now I have a 20-minute queue timer. What the fuck, guys? And they can't do anything about it because it's completely automated. Pissed me off even more. I've actually heard about this. Man died from an atomic wedgie. I have heard about
I saw a picture. I didn't go into it because whatever reason, every time I go into like an article on my phone, I get like this virus protection thing pop up and it won't let me look at nothing.
Same.
So I saw a part of this, but I didn't get a chance to read it because it froze on me. So I was just like, fuck it.
Fuck you, ad.
What would the ad?
Close ad in 1 second. Go away. Nobody loves you. Fucking bullshit. Alright. So I'm curious what this is. Oh, this is actually recent. Shit. Many of you have probably heard of the legendary atomic wedgie. According to Kid Lore, this type of wedgie is achieved when you pull someone's underwear up from the back of their pants and then put it over their heads. Yeah, we all know what an atomic wedgie is, right, guys?
How is that possible?
That had to be some really fucking elastic underwear. Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I had somebody.
Even tidy whities, like they're stretchy, but like you can't. I don't see how you're able to get it up over the head.
I don't know, man. I had somebody literally grab me by my underwear and lift me up into the air, and it ripped my underwear. Shit don't stretch.
Right.
I mean, unless you're buying like some fucking $200 spandex underwear.
That's insane.
And at that point, you're just begging for it. So apparently this dude did it. A man and his adult stepson were doing some drinking. Big surprise. Excuse me. And things got weird. The son, Brad, got the idea in his head that he should give his stepdad an atomic wedgie. They were arguing, and then Davis saw the opportunity. He jumped on it. Fortunately, the underwear became wrapped around his stepfather's throat, and he strangled him to death. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
How? How do you do that? That's crazy.
Davis was sent to jail for manslaughter, though.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. I don't even...
Strangled on underwear. That's like the shittiest way to die ever.
Literally.
Yes.
Like, you've
You by
probably got
your
racing
own-
streaks going across your face. Like, as you're suffocating, trying to breathe, you're like, nope, can't breathe. There's shit in my nose.
You got strangled to death by your tidy whitey waistband. Like, how?
This dude tripped over his own beard
Oh,
and died.
Jesus.
That's fucking awesome. I wish my beard was that great.
Yeah, let's see how epic that beard is.
I don't know if it's this exact guy. but
It's
that
gotta
is-
be, man.
I-
Look at the
It
size of that
fucking
thing.
wraps back up
Jesus
around his
Christ.
shoulder. Holy shit.
What?
God damn.
Well, look right there. It looks like it's like fake.
It kind of does.
Like it indents in. Like it's like a what do they call it? The the hair things.
Oh, the little. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't know the name, but I'm guessing it was real though because he was in the. Well, no, I guess this is
world record
before the days.
Before.
Yeah, I misread that. There was a man named Hans Steininger, I guess is how you'd pronounce that, who claimed to have the world's longest beard. It was over 1.5 meters long, and he showed it off with...
A meter is what, like 3 feet?
I think a meter is 3 yards, actually.
Is it? Oh.
I think. Or maybe it is 3 feet. I can't remember. Alexa, how many feet in a meter?
1 meter equals 3.28 feet.
You were right.
Almost 4 feet.
So, pretty fucking... I mean, that's like as tall as he is. Pretty obnoxious.
It's a pretty big-ass beard.
Yeah,
It is epic, though.
Oh, God.
One day.
Okay, so apparently, one day there was a fire, and he realized he had to flee from his home or whatever. In his rush, however, he had trouble wrangling his beard and tripped over it.
Jesus Christ.
He lost his balance and fell to the ground, breaking his neck, and died instantly. Wow. He set the record in more than one way, though.
Yeah,
Not only did he have the world's longest beard, he also became the first recorded case of a man dying because of his beard.
That is crazy.
If the Guinness Book of World Records had been around in his day, it turns out he would hold 2 records. What do you know? Just like I said. That's insane. Could you imagine, like... I've got a better record. Pubes so long you trip over them.
Oh.
That sure would hurt.
That would hurt. Oh, I read one when you were gone, or when you went to the bathroom, but they, this nurse, okay, they wrapped this guy up in bandages or cloth, whatever, and for whatever reason doused it in brandy. Don't know why. The nurse couldn't find her scissors, so she totally forgot about the brandy, or wasn't there when the brandy was poured all over this guy, and used a candle
To try and burn it
to try
open?
to burn it open.
Oh, God.
Lit the dude on fire. It was a king.
It was a king?
It was a king.
Oh, God!
Lit him on fire.
Did he live?
No, he died.
Aw.
And she took off running for her life.
Oh, yeah, because she was about to be beheaded 5 ways to Sunday. Damn.
I'm like, why would you douse somebody in brandy though?
So,
Is that a thing?
hypothetically speaking, I don't know the situation, but hypothetically speaking, let's say he had burns.
Mhm.
You know, and I'm assuming since this was a king, it was probably eons ago. You know, probably a couple hundred years or something. But if he had severe burns on his body, they could have doused cloth in brandy as a form of disinfectant.
Okay.
I don't know that for sure, but alcohol is a disinfectant, and that was probably the most commonly used disinfectant back then. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
I could see, or
I guess that
maybe
makes sense.
you know, if he had a lot of like open wounds or something like that, or I don't know. But I can definitely understand why they would douse him in brandy, but why the one bitch would try to set the motherfucker on fire.
Like, screw you.
It's like, I'm just going to use this candle. I'm going to very carefully... Okay, here we go. Just lift the bandage a little bit. Ah! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Could you imagine being that person? Like, oh my god. Oh.
Killed by somebody who's supposed to be helping you.
Right. Like, don't worry, I'm a medical health professional. Ah!
And that is like probably one of the worst ways to die.
Oh yeah, fire and drowning, right there.
Drowning is my worst fear. Any kind of like suffocation wise, anything that deals with I can't
Breathing.
breathe.
You know, fire has that
Yeah.
effect too, right?
Yeah, most people die of asphyxiation than they do
Before
actually burning to death.
Mhm. It's true.
Yeah,
That's why you got to do a handstand.
Why would I do a handstand?
you're-
Well, I guess fire goes up, right?
Right. So you get you get your head lower to the ground where there's less fire, rather than like, okay, so if you're on your feet, you have all this fire going up and eating the oxygen.
If I was gonna do all that, I'd just stop, drop, and roll, like, right?
You normie. You gotta do it cool, man. You gotta
Hang
do a
on, guys.
handstand. You gotta do a handstand and roll against the brick on your hands.
Hang on, guys, I'm gonna put myself out, but first, I'm gonna do this handstand.
But first, check this out.
Flaming handstands, people, all over.
Rappers ain't got shit. I'm fire. Anyway, this drunk donkey was apparently so funny that another Greek man died laughing at it.
Oh,
Apparently. Another story involving booze.
he's a philosopher, and he died laughing at a drunk donkey.
Usually calm philosopher. 279 BC. This really does say a lot right there. 279 BC. Had a love for wine, as most people back in BC did. He was drinking one day when he apparently got the bright idea to give it to his fucking donkey. He saw a donkey approaching and tried to eat his figs. He told a slave to give the donkey some wine, which, of course, the slave is a slave, and so he did, I'm sure. Yes. The drunk donkey then continued to eating figs, but didn't do so well. I can imagine that. He was tickled to death by watching this drunk donkey failing at eating, began to laugh. He laughed and laughed so hard that he had a heart attack. Oh, wait, he either had a heart attack or he couldn't breathe and managed to die. He didn't accident, he managed to die. It was a goal and he did it.
He managed to do it.
In other words, he died of laughter in a drunken giggle fit. And what's funny to me about this, this was another thing that happened in 1,000 Ways to Die. But it makes this one a little harder to believe. So, what had happened in 1,000 Ways to Die, the guy that died, he laughed for 36 hours straight. He was at a bar and he was drinking. Common ground, foundation here. And someone told him a joke and he started laughing. And eventually it wasn't funny anymore, but he couldn't stop laughing. He came back to the bar the next day, still laughing, hadn't slept at all because he couldn't sleep from laughing. And eventually his heart gave out after 36 straight hours of laughing so hard. Jesus. So, for this guy to laugh so hard that he just keeled over and die, I'm assuming it had to be because he was laughing so hard he couldn't breathe.
Yeah, probably.
In order for his heart to give out, it'd have to be an extended period of time. So I'm guessing it had to be asphyxiation of some sort.
Jesus.
But yeah, that's a legit thing that can happen.
See, that's why I don't laugh so much.
This is why I don't have a
dangerous.
sense of humor.
It's dangerous, man.
I'm gonna die one day.
Be safe. Lose your sense of humor.
Not this guy! A health nut killed himself with carrot juice. What?
Huh.
What?
See? Stop eating healthy.
All these things that people say are good for you, laughing and vegetable, nah, fuck that shit. Eat your McDonald's, wear a grimace on your face, you'll live longer.
Exactly.
Carrot juice is pretty good for you, but anything in huge quantities is generally harmful, even water. One health enthusiast, Basil Brown, who the fuck is names their kid Basil?
Basil Brown.
He was destined to be a fucking health nut. His name was Basil.
Basil.
Found this out the hard way.
Fucking vegan. Sorry, I'm just kidding.
We love you vegans, please watch our show. He drank tons of carrot juice every day, and supposedly drank 10 gallons in a period of a single week. I mean, a week? That's not...
Apparently, my brother, when he was little, he loved carrots. But he ate so many carrots, his skin started turning orange.
I've heard that can happen, actually.
It's much like a, my brain is not working today. Flamingo. A flamingo eats so much shrimp, that's why it turns pink.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because they're born white, they grow white,
right.
But when they eat so much shrimp, their feathers turn color.
So it's basically, you've seen Willy Wonka, right?
Oh yeah, the Loompa Loompa.
I was thinking Violet Beauregard, but she was just on steroids with her whole skin color change. But the chick that turned purple,
that was Violet.
That's what I said. Violet Beauregard.
Oh, I thought you said. Never mind.
What'd you think?
You
I
said Violet, but I was thinking the other one. the little bitch.
Oh, the little prissy rich kid.
Yeah.
Oh God, I hate
Veruca
her.
Salt.
Yeah,
That's who it was.
Oh my God, fuck that little girl. Oh, fucking just whap.
Violet, you're turning violet, Violet.
Don't get me wrong, right? I am completely against child abuse, with one exception, and that is Veruca Salt. Someone needs to smack that bitch in the face.
Thank God she fell down that chute.
Taking one for the team, squirrels. Taking one for the team. You can't get arrested.
They need to do a remake of Willy Wonka, another one, not without Johnny Depp because I did not like that one. No, because first of all, it's called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Not Willy Wonka and the Chocolate.
Right,
Fair enough.
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory was supposed to be when Charlie took over the Chocolate Factory. That was not the case.
No,
But-
it's not. It
and
was
plus-
just a remake.
Johnny Depp just looked creepy.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
I admit he took a very different portrayal for that role.
Yeah. I forgot where I was going with this.
Fuck.
Oh,
Rewind the video.
No, they should do like a remake, like rehash Willy Wonka, but do it as if like like Veruca Salt won, or
like one of the other kids?
people. Yeah, one of the little brats or whatever, or Mikey.
My question is, oh my God. Okay, so plot twist, right? Like it starts off, it's all Charlie. Like the name of it is Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Okay, and it's the same concept where they all get the golden tickets and they all go, right? And everybody's like, oh, it's just the same old movie, and then out of nowhere, Charlie gets kicked out. Like for the bubble scene thing, for example, maybe that happens a little earlier.
Yeah, like
and he gets kicked out and he's gone.
He contaminated everything, and everybody was all pissed. And
Right. And then from there, Charlie's out of the movie. He's gone. He's irrelevant now.
Yep.
And then we follow like Veruca Salt or Violet Beauregard or something. And probably Violet because she's the most competitive. I don't know.
Like they could do like a Willy Wonka, but like in the future, you know what I mean? Because Willy Wonka states that they didn't die. They're still around. They're okay.
Yeah.
But now they're grown up. They have little asshole kids for themselves.
Yeah.
So then they end up.
I lost my chance, but it's your turn.
They find a way to get back at Willy Wonka. You
I
know what
like it.
for kicking him out of the fucking factory.
All right, any movie producers that are watching this, copyright right now. You can't have it unless you pay us.
And I would like to see it be as dark as a Tim Burton film. I think it would be awesome.
I could, yeah.
I mean, maybe not so cartoony.
Didn't
Like
Tim
what
Burton
Charlie-
direct the Charlie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not so like cartoony as that, but something like Edward Scissorhands.
I was yeah,
know?
Sweeney Todd popped into my head initially.
Well, that one too. I mean,
Around the-
something dark like that.
Right.
I mean, less cartoony than what Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was.
more dark and menacing.
Yeah.
Rather than like weird and uppity.
Yeah. Yep.
Fair. What were we? Oh yeah, basil in his fucking carrot juice. So he drank 10 gallons in a week, thinking it would give him some X-ray vision or some shit. I guess. Unfortunately,
That would be so sweet.
this was enough to give him something called vitamin A poisoning, which can kill you through liver cirrhosis. Good to know. Vitamins are not always good for you guys.
Right. Stop taking vitamins.
Stop eating
healthy.
vegetables. Stop laughing.
Stop laughing.
Unless you're watching our show. Laugh all you want and comment. And like and subscribe and send us friend requests because we're lonely. Now where's that spray cheese? You got the right idea, Laura, or whatever your name is. 8 died in the London beer flood. Fucking beer flood? Hell yeah! Count me in.
How many died?
8.
8.
Worth it.
They probably didn't even know what the fuck was going on.
Probably not. They're like, shit, I'm drunk. Cool. This is the coolest river ever.
It smells like beer.
Tastes like wonderful. Okay, so anyway, it was 1814. London flooded with beer, apparently. It's still not hard to laugh at. I know that the 8 people who died were probably giggling. 22-foot high fermentation tank they were using held an equivalent of 3,500 barrels of ale.
Holy hell. So much beer.
One of the rings holding the tank together snapped. The beer came pouring out of the factory and eventually into the streets of London. The river swept into the street, killing several people in its wake. It caused property damage as well. Cost London thousands of dollars in repairs. The brewery was later demolished, but its legend still lives on even today.
Dang, that's...
I wonder, like... Wait, what?
That's it.
Man was buried in one of the coffins that killed him. That's fucked up.
So probably like one fell on him, and then they buried him in that one.
Right, they're
oh,
like, it was destiny.
it chose you.
Right.
Like a fucking Harry Potter one.
You don't choose your coffin chooses you. Oh god, I'm curious about this one. He was a coffin builder. I saw that one coming a mile away. It's a tale, so I don't know if this is true. But yeah, you're right. It fell on him, crushed him to death. He was fished out. He was quickly prepared for the burial. As if being killed by his own handiwork wasn't enough, they then buried him in one of the very coffins that crushed him. Poor guy.
Oh, man.
That is irony in its finest. Greek politician was loved to death? What?
I love you.
What?
Die.
It's very rare that a politician is well loved, especially nowadays. I've never heard a more true statement in my entire life. Draco was the first recorded legislator.
Draco.
A cool name.
It's a bitchin' name.
Athens, 600 BC, was incredibly well liked. Even though his laws were intensely harsh, thus the term draconian. Okay, then. On one trip to the theater in Aegina, I guess is how you'd pronounce that.
Aegina. Aegina.
I want to have sex with your Aegina. Thousands of citizens were so thrilled to see him, they began throwing gifts. Did they throw a gift to kill him?
They knocked him out. They knocked him off a balcony or something. Watch.
They threw cloaks and hats, and they wouldn't stop using even as a gift. They smothered him with gifts. They literally smothered him. Literally smothered him with gifts.
Here's a coat. Here's a cape.
Here's a hat. Where'd you go? I don't know, but he's in there somewhere. Keep throwing, guys.
That had to have been some heavy shit, man.
I mean, cloaks back in the day were meant to keep you warm, too, so, like, they were pretty fucking heavy. I don't know about the hats, but the cloaks at least.
Jesus
And, like,
Christ.
I mean, if you can be suffocated with a pillow, I can imagine you could definitely be suffocated with a few layers of cloak. So, damn.
Why didn't he just do this?
Like
He just spread it apart and he could just breathe.
to be fair, hypothetically speaking in his defense, thousands of citizens. So, like, you're one man, there's thousands, not 1,000, possibly 2,000 or more, thousands, plural, of people just throwing cloaks at you and shit. You can only block so many.
That's when I just turn around and walk back in, like...
Like, alright, fuck this. I'm done. I love you all, thank you, but no.
Keep throwing your cloaks.
Throw them at my doorstep. I'll have my slaves come out and get them. A poet drowned when he tried to kiss the moon. He tried to... What?
Poet drowned when he tried to kiss the moon.
I'm guessing it was a reflection in the water. Would be my guess.
Well, I mean, how into that moon was he? Like, that's...
I've heard some creepy things, but damn.
This moon is like water. Keep on trying to tongue it and just inhale water.
They say that love makes you stupid, but this is kind of absurd. True that. Lie by Bei. Fuck.
Li Bei. Li Bei?
A prolific Chinese poet.
Li Bei.
Prolific for his love for the moon. He paid particular attention to romance, but while romance was his talent, it also ended up being his downfall. Story goes that Li Lai, whatever, was in a boat on the river, drinking, of course, and celebrating life. He saw the moon's reflection in the river, as I said, and instantly fell in love with it. After calling to his new mate, he reached over the side of the boat to embrace and kiss the moon's reflection. Unfortunately, the drunk dumbass couldn't swim. Just kidding. He lost his balance, he toppled over, and drowned in the river while trying while trying to give the moon a kiss, which sounds romantic as hell, but also sounds like something only a drunk poet would do.
What the shit?
And that is the end of that.
That guy. What the fuck?
People
I don't.
are so dumb. I'm gonna open this back up because it got dark.
Oh, it got dark yet.
The good news is it didn't matter until just now. I'm stupid, guys. I can't open the blinds.
Well, the blinds are a piece of shit, so
Fucking piece of shit.
you just gotta do the thing.
Haha.
There you go.
Okay, got it.
Looks like it helped a bit.
We're wearing white shirts. That's all that matters.
You can see our shirts.
Shit show. So yeah, those were all ridiculous.
Yeah, those were some of those are way more ridiculous than others.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the other one I saw was a couple guys tried playing catch with a rattlesnake. What was the other one?
That sounds like a great idea.
They picked up a 4-foot-long rattlesnake.
Were they also drinking?
Bloop. Yes. Alcohol.
Moral of the story: alcohol kills, and not just by disease.
So stop drinking. Stop eating vitamins. Stop eating healthy.
Stop laughing.
Stop laughing, and you'll live long.
You'll live well into your 90s. Oh my god, dude. People are so dumb! The worst thing I do when I'm drunk is flirt with my male friends jokingly, and then, decide I want to go outside. And it's not like I'm, walking around in the street like, hey, hit me!
Right.
I'm on the sidewalk
Right.
because I retain some modicum of intelligence.
Yeah. There's something wrong with people. And obviously, it's not just today's people. It's
All the way back into the
all the way
BCs.
back in the BCs. Yeah.
People have always been stupid.
It's just human nature now. It's just coming to light.
People say that generations are getting stupider and stupider and stupider, but that's not the case. We've always been idiots.
Yeah, always.
It's just more well known now.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
really
it's because people now they just do more extravagant things.
like, oh, someone already played catch with a rattlesnake and died. I gotta eat some Tide Pods.
Right. Yeah. It's just I don't know. They just do, and it's all about the views and how popular people are. Like,
I'm gonna be famous for 10 seconds.
right. I mean, if this show gets up, awesome. I'll be happy if this show got real popular, whatever. But it's not like the whole point of us doing the show. The whole point of doing the show is just entertainment purposes only.
Right. We're here to occupy our time, read about stupid shit, laugh, and just have fun.
Right, but I'm not gonna sit here and burn you in the face with a lit cigarette and laugh about it.
Right, just so that I can get some views. Yeah.
How many people? If I get 50 likes, I'll burn his eye out with a cigarette. It's like I don't.
For 100,000 likes, I'll go blind in one eye.
It's just so stupid. I don't understand why people do some of the things they do.
Speaking of stupid things and stupid people and cigarettes, I'm gonna bring it up. I have about 500 friends on Facebook. I only get comments and interactions from about 50 of them tops. So, and generally, if I get a comment on a post, I'm usually getting 3 to 10 comments tops. I think the most I'd had prior to this was 50, and that was just a couple people going back and forth. I recently posted a status about this person at a liquor store. Okay, I was already generally frustrated, and I'm sure that this is a popular opinion more so than an unpopular opinion. I'm sure there's going to be more people who agree with me on this than don't, but there are people who disagree with me on this. Something that used to frustrate me at liquor stores and gas stations and grocery stores and stuff like that is when people will come in with their food card, their EBT food stamps. They'll buy some food with their food card, and then they'll turn around and spend anywhere from $20 to $50 on cigarettes and alcohol. The reason that it bugs me on a moral standing is because if you have the $20 to $50 to spend on, we'll say, luxury items like booze and alcohol, or I'm sorry, booze and cigarettes rather, then you shouldn't have to have government assistance. That $50 could have easily gone towards the food that you need to buy for yourself and your family. You know, it's a matter of priorities. You shouldn't be so reliant on government assistance that you're okay with just spending money on stupid shit. You know, I understand having an addiction, and I realize, by medical definition, addiction is a disease, and diseases can't always be helped. And so, you know, I understand a basic need for certain things. I get it. But there has to be some sort of line drawn, right? But I at any rate, I could deal with that. A lot of the people that I saw coming in, they were using their food stamps, and then they'd go outside and they'd start begging for money to get their booze and stuff, and they'd buy like little $2 double shots and shit like that. And like, okay, you're an alcoholic. I don't support it. I don't want to enable it, but I get it. I'm not going to judge you too much for it. What really got to me, though, what ended up pushing me over the limit to post something, was when this woman came in and she bought food with her food stamps. I cashed her out, and then she handed me her EBT card again and had me put alcohol on there, and she used her SNAP cash benefits. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with how this works, you rich motherfuckers, food stamps and cash benefits are two separate assistance programs, but they're all used on the same bridge card. Cash benefits can be used for anything that you would generally use cash for. It's basically like welfare. Food stamps are only for food items, and even certain food items are not allowed, like Monster, for example. You cannot buy Monster, you cannot buy alcohol. Any energy drink, for that matter, cannot be purchased with food stamps. So, it really frustrated me, like, if you want to drink alcohol, use your own money. And I know I'm not familiar with this woman's situation. Maybe she spent all of her hard-earned money on her kids, and now she's using her cash benefits for her own needs or whatever. I don't know. But my initial judgment was that she's using government money to support her own alcoholism, and that really just got under my skin.
Yeah. You know, I know what you mean. I mean, it's I feel with government-assisted monies, okay, you should not be able to buy anything. I don't care if you're using Snap Cash. I don't care if you're using EBT, whatever.
Even
you should
welfare.
Welfare. Yeah, I mean, you should not be able to use any of that for alcohol, tobacco, weed, you know, because they got the dispensaries and shit now.
Yeah, true.
So you shouldn't be able to use that money for anything other than food. That should be what it's for.
Right, food or like bills even.
Yeah, bills,
like,
diapers, you know, shit like that. Like
necessities.
Things that you're going to need. Like, you don't need alcohol. I mean, some people need it, but...
Generally speaking, like, okay, if you're an alcoholic, you have an impulse to drink. If you don't drink, you'll be fine. You don't need it. But if you don't have food, you will die. If you don't have water, you will die. If you don't have a house, your kids are going to get taken away. If you don't have a car, you can't go and get the things that you need. So, like, there are other things that have to take priority over tobacco and alcohol and stuff. Mm-hmm. And if you can't afford those priorities, then you should be getting government assistance. But if you're getting government assistance so that you can afford the other luxuries, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah.
I don't know, but at any rate, I personally thought that this was a pretty popular opinion, and so I just posted a quick, like, 5-sentence thing about it on Facebook. That post now has 100... last time I checked, it was 177, but it's gone up a couple of posts since then. I'm pretty sure it's up to, like, 182 or something now. 182 comments. The most comments I've ever gotten on anything I've ever posted, ever. And that just tripped me up.
Well, it was a lot of people condoning it, and, like, I don't... Yeah, granted, we don't know everybody's situation or whatever, but I don't care what your situation is. You should not have the right to... I'm paying a fuck ton of money in taxes, okay?
Right.
I'm paying, like... My last check, I paid out $300 in taxes.
Right.
$300 in taxes. Okay, and yes, not all of it goes towards EBTs and all that stuff, but they're still taking it out, and a portion of my money is going towards that stuff. And I don't feel like this person shouldn't, or, you know, fucks the whole system and is getting $500 a month in government-funded
Right.
money for them to be able to smoke and drink and do whatever they want.
Right. And I realize that not everyone abuses the
No.
EBT system. I know that there are people, like, I came from a family, my dad's side of the family especially, there were multiple times where we had to have government assistance in order to live.
Oh yeah, we did too.
You know, and we didn't abuse the system. Yeah, we had some luxuries every now and then. Like, we, instead of buying, like, the cheapest food we could get and getting the most out of our money, sometimes we'd splurge a little bit and we'd get something a little more expensive.
Get like a steak or something.
We didn't even go that far, but yeah,
No.
that's the idea.
But it's still food and it's nourishing you. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, it's helping you survive.
Right. And the only thing that they would buy that wasn't a necessary item was tobacco. In times when we had food assistance, they did not drink. They did not go out to restaurants. They did not do anything that was unnecessary. They always lived within their means. They did not go out of their way to ask for assistance so that they could live a more luxurious life. They lived within their means. I can't tell you how many times we've lived in the most run down of houses. One time, they bought a house for $500. 2 years later, they found out it was condemned when they bought it.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. We put so much work into this house, so much manual labor, my dad and I. We practically built the fucking house from the ground up. Ran all new plumbing, all new electrical, laid new cement, fucking new flooring, new roof, moved walls. I mean, we did everything you could think of in this house. And then we got kicked out of it because it was condemned when it was sold to us.
Well, shouldn't it no longer be condemned since you guys fixed it all up?
Realistically, but once it's condemned, there's certain laws and protocols and shit, I don't know, permits, all that, but we didn't do any of that because we were broke. We thought we were good because we bought the house from a bank, but the bank undersold us or
See, yeah, that's fucked up.
gypped us.
So did they get their money back?
No. No, not at all. They had this was kind of their fault. The bank did not provide them with a receipt of purchase, so there was no proof that they actually bought the house.
They did that shit on purpose then. It wasn't even a fuck up.
Oh yeah, it was
like,
underhanded as fuck.
Look
Yeah.
what we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
It's messed up.
But the point being is, it's important to live within your means. If you need help, get help. But don't get help just so you can live a better life. To an extent, like, okay, that's easily misconstrued, what I'm trying to say. If you need help to get above the poverty line, get help to get above the poverty line. But if you're already above the poverty line, or you have the ability to be above the poverty line, don't just get help so you can either be lazy or support your bad habits.
Yeah.
Now, as I said, there's going to be a lot of people who disagree with that, and there's going to be a lot of people who agree with that. There's a reason that my post has almost 200 comments on it. And I have to give Chris some credit. I understood some of his points where he was coming from and stuff. And he was drawing the right lines, and I get it. He was drawing on human empathy, and I can respect that. And it's okay that we have opposing views. I don't have a problem that you and I don't agree on shit. That's fine. You and I being anyone watching this, and myself, Aaron included as well. That's fine. Everyone's allowed to have their opinion. But that's just how we feel. Be interested, actually, in hearing what you guys have to think about that. We were not going to argue with you. That is not what we are going to do.
Nope.
But if you do have either similar or opposing views, feel free to mention. Because we're curious. We're those kind of people. But yeah, I wanted to throw that out there, because that was just one of those things that's been bugging me for a while, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, we have now had like an hour and 15-minute show, roughly.
Yeah, roughly.
We're doing pretty good, especially for a Winging It episode.
Yeah. This is probably one of our most successful shows.
Yeah. For
And we
Winging It especially.
We were just like, fuck it.
Yeah, we did pretty good. Minus my, I had to go unleash some demons in the bathroom real quick. I don't know what the hell happened. It just kind of hit me out of nowhere. My stomach was gurgling. My butthole started burning. I'm like, oh, God. Sorry, guys. Went in there. My intestines just fell out into the bathtub. I had to pick them up out of the toilet. Or in the bathtub. I had to pick them up out of the toilet, shove them back in there, It was bad. I may have missed the seat a little. I'm sorry. No, just kidding.
Oh, God, no.
It is the shit show, right?
Not in the bathroom.
That stays in the living room.
Right. Keep it out here.
Oh, man. But I think an hour and 15 is probably a good place to cut it off, you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
And I'm just happy that we got sound in
It
our
wasn't
video.
echoing, and video was
and it
good.
didn't seem to be focusing that much. Which is good.
Yeah, I catch it every now and then. I think maybe the lighting might have had something to do with it, because now we have darker lighting. It's not doing the autofocus thing nearly as much as it was.
Yeah, it could have been shadows or whatever.
I'm guessing we might end up having to do like a backdrop or something, like because maybe it's trying to focus on the center of the screen, and then it realizes that there's movement right here, so it's like, oh wait, we need to focus on these things.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of going back and forth. I don't know, but I don't know. I think it was a really successful show.
Yeah,
and I hope
agree.
that you guys feel the same way.
Yep.
But with that said, guys, I will be most likely I will be up north next weekend.
Okay.
For Memorial, so if you wanted to do a show earlier in the week, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, we do that. I'm off at 3.
Or actually, I guess technically this coming weekend, but yeah. I am not really working a whole lot right now, so I will have some time. I can come over during the weekdays. We can do it after 3 or whatever. Just keep me updated on your schedule.
That's fine too, because I got the kids next weekend. So
cool, perfect. Alrighty, guys. That's about it for us, I think.
All right. Before we go though, we need you to subscribe, and we need you to like the videos and all of this stuff so we can continue doing this. I mean, you guys have been awesome, and you've been pretty
Understanding.
There you go. That's the word. Yeah, the brain is not working today. I don't know what it is.
But we did good though.
Yes, we did all right. So, so just subscribe, like, share it with your friends. All that good stuff. So.
One more really important thing, too, guys. We do our best to find interesting topics to talk about. We do our best to find weird shit scattered on the internet, share odd things that happen between us and stuff. But the whole point of this show is to have viewer interaction. The big underlying fact, or point rather, is that we want to be able to bring people on. That's the reason we do this live. It's more genuine, for one, but on top of that, the whole point of us going live is so we can have people just randomly call in while we're going, right? And you can ask us anything on air. We will not censor you at all unless you start debating with us about religion or politics. And even then, we'll probably still debate with you. We just have to draw a line somewhere along the lines.
Yes, we're not big on the whole politic thing and not really big on the religion thing. So we just don't want that to be like a whole show discussion.
Right.
But you guys can absolutely call in with any views you have.
Anything at all.
And
we're cool with that.
We can talk about it, and we can have a couple people talk about it with you if you want.
Right.
We're not going to cut you off. We're not going to, unless it's like very, very lengthy.
Right.
Which
could
happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can even take multiple callers. And the thing is, you can call us on Skype. You can call us on Facebook Messenger if you wanted to. I was thinking I might even get a Google Voice number set up so you can call an actual phone number too, and I can answer it on my phone, put it on speakerphone if that's how you guys want to go about it. We can even have you remain anonymous if you don't want to show up on the screen. That's fine. But we haven't had a chance to do any live call-ins yet, and that's something that we've really looked forward to it. It's something we really want to do.
That was like one of the main reasons why we chose live. So, we could do just like everybody else and just record shit and hopefully, maybe, possibly get some comments, or whatever.
And maybe like schedule call-ins and stuff while we're recording or something.
But it just seems more personable personable.
Yep.
That was the right word. Huh?
Yeah.
And just and seems better to just be able to do it live, and we wouldn't have the opportunity to censor anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that makes it. I think it makes it a lot more interesting. And
you could literally
you never fucking know what's going to happen ever.
It's slowly getting darker and darker outside. Turn the brightness up. But no, you could literally call us on Skype. As soon as we answer, you could be like, "Fuck y'all! Y'all are dicks! I fucking hate your guts! Eat your mother!" And then hang up.
Yeah.
We can't do shit about it.
Nothing. Everybody will see that.
Every single person that watches this show. And hell, you could invite your friends to watch the show just so they could see you do that and then watch our reaction of be like, okay. You know, like, so please, guys, please. I know we've been a little inconsistent on our scheduling, but we will work it out. I personally have, after getting fired from the hotel, ended up jumping jobs, and Aaron was going through a promotion, so we get this back and forth thing going where neither one of us can set a schedule, but we're finally getting some regulation down. We're finally able to get to a point where we can do consistent shows, and we're going to let you guys know at least a day in advance, a couple days in advance before a show. So keep an eye on our Instagram, keep an eye on our Facebook. You can also follow my Facebook personally, my personal Facebook, because I do post about it there as well, and I believe Aaron does as well. And we have Snapchat and everything else. So even Twitter. We don't post to Twitter too much.
Not too much, no. We're not really tweeters.
No, we're not. But please, guys, please, 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 keep watching. Give us suggestions. Call us in. We love you guys, and we want to hear from you. And now that it's too dark to see our faces, I think we're going to end the video.
Yep, I think we're done.
Yeah.
It's gonna storm like crazy.
Oh, yeah, it's about to fucking downpour. We love you guys.
Love you.
Farewell.